Hey folks, BrickSidious here, back with another LEGO Star Wars video. We will be comparing three versions of the iconic Millennium Falcon minifigure scale playsets. I won't be looking at the first version, 7190 from the year 2000. I don't have that set, and it was pretty god-awful in my opinion. It kind of looked like an alien flying saucer. But LEGO had to start somewhere. They made some good progress by the second Millennium Falcon. This one, 4504 from year 2004. And you can see they innovated a lot. And some of the techniques pioneered in this build are still in use today with the latest Millennium Falcon versions. First, compared to the 7190 version, they decided on this pizza slice design with triangular panels on the roof that fold up and down to access the interior. And they're secured in place with hinges. So let me show you inside. Whoops, used set. Yeah, kind of some of the pieces have been through a lot. I got this set from a thrift store, so I'm not sure who owned it before me, but I think it was well played with, and which is what LEGO's supposed to be. So, and then also a cool innovation is this belt of notched locking hinges that lock to an angle, and it kind of like a clock. I think, yeah, maybe what is it, like 16 sections going all around, and excuse me, those keep the pizza slices connected here, and then also connect to the floor of the ship. There's a lot of play features packed in here too, like of course the famous gun batteries, and you have a little cockpit station here where the crew can control the guns. And there's even an escape pod, which I'm not sure this is canon, but here you are. This escape pod is a similar style to the Star Destroyer 6211 playset, if you've seen that one. On the other side, there is a retractable ramp for landing. Interestingly, this set is almost completely system bricks, so it's kind of flimsy, and it doesn't have strong Technic supports on the underside. So probably many a kid have had trashed their Millennium Falcon on accident, but it's always fun to build it back. Interestingly, this set has some elements that I've never seen before. Like this curved black element here that basically it's a bracket that connects the floor to the walls. This is I had to look it up on Bricklink, so it's apparently a Technic bumper holder is what it's called. And then this brown flower piece here, which is like a decorative element for the hyperdrive. This is it's called a bionicle weapon, basically, in Bricklink. So I was never into bionicle, but probably you collectors out there are familiar with it. But yeah, with the hoses and the little yellow valves and things, like the engine room looks pretty cool here. And of course, you have the iconic blue thrusters using this hose. Also, fortunately, as I mentioned, I got this set in a thrift store, and the original box was included, which you could see for the age, 20 years old, it's in great shape. And this is from the good old days, you know, when LEGO would build big, beautiful boxes. Even has a flap, you know, so has some great large photos here. Yeah, definitely nostalgic. Yeah, the minifigures in this set, Han, Leia, Chewie, 3PO, they're depicted in Hoth gear, so this is like the scene when they were escaping Echo Base when the Imperials invaded. And interestingly, there are no minifigure blasters included in the set, so it's a very peaceful set, you know, except for, of course, the armaments on the ship itself. Yes, based on the age, this set came to me pretty dusty and beat up. But a cool hack, if you come across dusty, dirty Lego bricks, is just run it under cool water, like with a garden hose or maybe a shower wand if you have. It does wonders. You don't need soap or anything, and unless the dust is heavily caked on, like with oil, smoke, other nasty stuff, the water will do the job on its own. And then you just let it air dry overnight, and the bricks look almost good as new. And then if there's a little bit residue left over, like in between the studs, you can take Q-tips or paint brushes and things to like dislodge some of that stuff. Although unfortunately, sometimes with age, some of these dark gray elements are pretty kind of pretty dull. They've lost their shine, and the water was not able to clean that up. There's some sun damage here and there, but I tried my best to replace the damaged elements with some good ones I had in storage. And now on to LEGO's next version, 7 years later in 2011. This iconic and very common set among Star Wars fans is 7965. You can see it inherited a lot of the essence of the previous version with several improvements. So the pizza circular design is the same, but the notched locking brick sections around the perimeter are more sturdy and robust. Actually, now they're not using locking notches, but just regular hinges, and they added some nice details in greebling. Also, the chassis at the bottom of the set is now Technic, so it's a lot sturdier. If you can see here. These two fangs at the front, or whatever you call this part of the ship, they've gotten longer to be more realistic or representative of canon. The defensive gun batteries look a lot better, and as you saw when I tilted the ship, they also added one on the ventral side, just like the real Falcon. Excuse me. No, oh yeah, there's flick missiles too, so more play features. No escape pod this time, but you get a lot more minifigures because this is basically the Episode 4 A New Hope Millennium Falcon with all of those characters like Ben Kenobi. Let me open it up and show you. I keep the figures in here. You even get Vader, even though, as far as I know, he never set foot in the Falcon. And Han is in the cockpit here. Strangely, they scaled back decorations in the engine room. So it looks a lot cheaper and not as impressive, I feel. Yeah, the crew lost their tool set as well. Funny, these decorated tiles, circular tiles here, are pretty rare. I believe they're only available in this set and Cloud City, the famous Cloud City that's like, $7,000 new set. And the blue thrusters in the back, for some reason, LEGO made them shorter by, I'd say, about 8 studs in total length compared to the other version. Not sure why, maybe to cut costs or something. And the cockpit design is basically identical to the 4504 set. So that shows, you know, it's kind of stood the test of time. All the future Millennium Falcons have this cockpit as well, so it was a great looking solution. And finally, there is the humorous Dark Falcon set 75389 from last year, 2024. I think this is from the Disney Rebuild the Galaxy cartoon show. I only saw the first few episodes, so I didn't get to the Darth Jar Jar part, and when they meet Luke, who kind of looks like a surfer or stoner. So 20 years later, it's basically the same set as 4504, which you saw at the beginning of this video. That's an amazing testament to the great design work from that original team. The changes here, there are 4 roof sections instead of 12. So that helps with the stability a little bit. And there is a little gaming corner here instead of the episode 4 chess looking game, which I forgot what it was called. I had to look it up. Dejaric, I think. The satellite dish looks like a mini version of the Death Star main cannon. And of course the overall color scheme is Sith-like, like the red and red and black, like Kylo Ren's shuttle. So that's about it. Which version do you prefer? I'd have to say I like 7965 the most because it was my first Millennium Falcon and a great set of minifigures for someone just starting out in the hobby, or like a kid's first medium-sized Lego Star Wars set that they could build themselves. Yeah, very nostalgic. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time, and may the Force be with you.